right, welcome everyone. I'm really excited tonight. This is looks like a great turnout, and we'll keep admitting people as we go along here. I'm really excited tonight to have our guests on tonight, Rob and Summer Smollack. They are our newest elite Pro 8s out of St. George, Utah. I got a chance to hear them at Elite Academy. I was really impressed. And then even better, I even got the chance to talk to Rob afterward, and he was telling me something about how they are growing their business. And I asked him if he would share his. I know they have been very successful business people in the past, and they've grown this business to Pro 8 level very quickly. So Rob or Summer, I'm not sure who's on first, but could I have you go ahead and tell us about yourselves and give us a little bit of your story, please?
Oh, there you bet, Gene. Thanks, you guys. It's an honor. It's an honor. You guys can see I'm actually at the Real Salt Lake game. They asked us to come and do a meeting here at one of the suites. And so we've packed a suite. I think we're over how many we're supposed to have in there, but we packed it. And so my Summer's actually starting the meeting, and then I'll go and finish it. And that's kind of what we do if you guys have jumped on our Monday calls. But me and Summer met and got married almost about close to 5 years ago. It's about the same time we got involved in this business. I saw this business about 3 weeks before I met Summer. I had been divorced after 19 years. 9 years ago, my oldest son died in my arms. That same year my son passed away, you guys, I was divorced after 19 years. And I was paralyzed for about 3 months. I've got 6 rods holding my spine together. And so I was in a bad way, but I also had 11 companies and over 400 employees. So I guess you could just say I hated my life. I really did. And I was lonely. My other 2 sons were college athletes, so I was never seeing them. I was making a lot of money, but what good was it? I was literally so miserable. And I had a doctor shared this business with me, you guys. He literally talked about the product and the science for about 2 hours. And I didn't even really hear hardly any word he said. That's just where I was with my mindset. I was just doing not very well mentally. But when he talked about a leveraged income system, and I already had 20 some streams of income coming in every month, I was always looking. My thing is, if I stayed really, really busy, the less I beat myself up mentally, right? Thinking about what can I have done to maybe make my marriage better. I needed to be with my family more. I hardly knew my son when he passed away. I was just gone all the time. I had nothing growing up. We were very, very poor. There's days I didn't eat. And so when I figured out how to make money, I just went at it, you guys. I literally had casinos, construction companies, real estate companies, one of the world's larger camouflage clothing companies, laundry detergent, restaurants, like you name it, I had it. And I got really good at it, but I was missing something huge in my life. And when this doctor shared this with me, he threw me on the phone. And I know most of you guys know who Scott Satterfield is. I asked this doctor, I go, put me on the phone with somebody else, right? I didn't even like people, you guys, 4 or 5 years ago when I got involved. I didn't even like people. I am shocked that my wife even fell in love with me because I was so negative about life. And I said, put me on the phone with somebody else. And he put me on the phone with Scott Satterfield. And my conversation with Scott was 5 minutes. I asked him, how many employees? He goes, I don't have any employees. I had over 400. And I was ready to kill half of them every day. So I was like, that's a green check, right? So if I was looking at a business, you guys, to buy, invest in, or even take over, there's some criteria that I would fulfill in my mind if I was going to pull the trigger or not. And when he said no employees, I was like, wow, what's your inventory? He goes, Rob, I don't have to carry an inventory. I got a distribution center that handles all that for me. That was a green check too. That was 2 green checks. What's your overhead? He says, well, technically, a few $100s a month. God, I had to do $1 million just a year in one of my casinos to break even. And those were small town Montana casinos. $1 million just to break even. So by about the end of September, it was free. I didn't make a dime. And then October, November, December, I made money. And so I was just like, what the heck? And then I asked Scott 2 more questions, you guys, because this is where I thought I was going to get these guys, because I was working well over 100 hours a week. I wanted to be able to tell them that I was so busy I didn't have time. But we all know that if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way, always. If not, I would just find an excuse. And Scott told me how many hours a week he was working it. Now, he said 10, maybe 15. And man, I've known him now for almost 5 years. I mean, the guy's 5-minute conversation completely changed my life. But I had never seen Scott work that many hours. So I was like, wow, how much you make a month in this? And then the doctor I was with held up that non-disclosure statement with all the monies on it, the maximum incomes, the average incomes, the minimum incomes. And I was like, what? And he told me he was a pro 9. And I went down, I looked at average income for a pro 9. And it was like, holy moly, 50,000 a month about. I got excited when I saw that. I was like, holy crap. And I got involved. I got involved having no idea how to do this. I was totally clueless. I met my wife 3 weeks later. We fell in love. I asked her to marry me, and then reality really set in with both of us. We both got scared. We both got really scared because I thought, how is this going to work? I'm working over 100 hours a week in my companies. I'm gone for 3 months every year in Asia, and I had a TV show on top of all of that. I had no time. My wife was a pharmaceutical rep / medical device rep covering 4 states. One of them was Alaska. So that was about a week every month I wouldn't see her. Her other state was North Dakota. That was another week I wouldn't see her. And so we were trying to figure out how this was even going to work. We said, we're going to go through with it. And then she's like, I would love to have a child. She was 39. I asked her, it was her 39th birthday. And I says, what's the one thing that I could give you more than anything? And she said, I'd really like to have a baby. Because she had given up on that guy. She didn't think she'd ever have a baby. And I was 51 at the time. And I said, you know what, let's. But, and I've got a good friend that's one of the probably more successful IVF doctors in the country in Bozeman, Montana. And I knew Stacy. I called her. We went, had a meeting with her. And she said, boy, you guys got less than probably 1%. This is going to work. She goes, God, Rob, I've got to go in and do surgery on you and do a biopsy just to see if I can find anything. And Summer, 39 years old, we got to see if she's even got any eggs. Well, they found what they needed from me, which was a miracle. We had 1 egg. We only had 1 egg. That's all we needed though, right, guys? And we were blessed with our little girl. And so when we found out that was going to, that took, and we were going to be blessed with a child, we went to work. We worked this thing like ferociously, guys. So 22 months into this business, my wife retired and walked away from a $150,000 a year job. And I sold 10 of my 11 companies. And we've been all in this ever since. So now that was 22 months in. So almost three years later, we went from that, which was about 90,000 a year income, combined income. Now that was both of our businesses combined, to now having a Pro 8, a Pro 7, a Pro 5, and 2 Pro 4 positions in our BC 2s and 3s, and our 2 personals were 8 and 7. So it was just by sheer determination and hard work in our group. Like you guys, Gene wanted us to kind of run some stuff by you, and Summer's going to come out because I'll just go in and finish her meeting. But we got total duplication going on in our group. We block everything from outside. Like if we can block corporate, I block them even, you guys. We block everything because we've got everybody is copying what we're doing. From the brand new person that's 38 deep or 38 deep in the leg to the person that's been in full 5 years with us, they're all speaking and talking the same way. And it's just like this train that just is going, and it's going faster and faster and faster. And we all work together. Summer and a new Pro 6 in our business did a video that explains what we do as soon as we sign somebody up. Like when we're signing somebody up, we're already setting meetings up for them, because our job is to get into their names list as fast as we can, right, you guys? Because I think every one of you have gotten people involved, and then you go to talk to them the next day and they're crickets. Like they just disappear. Like, what the heck happened? They just talked to somebody, right? They talked to somebody. Somebody took it from them. And so we get into their names list like instantly down in trying to get meetings set up and start putting some money in their pocket. We're just trying to give them something to lose as fast as we can. And it's worked. It's worked really, really well for us. We just kind of kept to ourselves most of the time, just did our thing. All of our upline kind of quit. We had 2 Pro 10s that left the company. Marcel is the top of our upline, and Marcel's the one that reached down to us, guys. We were brand new. We were Pro 3s in this company. We met Marcel in Missoula at a LVA, a training. And 2 months prior to that, Clinton Boyles was there. And I thought, man, if this young guy can do it, I can do this. right? Clinton's got ADD worse than me, and he's with me today. He's in the suite with us right now. An amazing good friend of ours. And then the next month was Tony Krashowitz. And I went, these guys, and he's a truck driver, and he's doing this, and I just made me believe that I could do it. And then the next month we met Marcel. And he says, you know what? You guys seem pretty serious about this. And he said, why don't you just plug into what we're doing? And I said, sure. Now, me and Marcel, I don't know if we even really liked each other in the beginning because we were both very strong type A personalities, and I just didn't like being told what to do. But he had what I wanted. I wanted time. I wanted time so bad. And I said, you tell me exactly what to do. Don't sugarcoat. Don't pussyfoot. You tell me exactly what I need to do to build this, and I'll do it. And he goes, Robin, in 2 to 5 years, I believe with your guys' work ethic, you'll be free. 22 months, we were free. I just took him at his word. I told him if he lied to me, though, I'd find him someday. I would kind of down him down. And it worked. It literally worked. He taught us 5 simple things to do and be consistent. And I think that's where most people screw up in this industry. I think that's where most people screw up in life, especially in business. They're just not consistent. We share this every day with somebody. Some days we might share it with 10 people. Some days we might share it with 1. Now, I can tell you, if you guys were on any of the previous calls, in the month of May, when everything really went crazy in our business, even 2 months prior to that, me and Summer personally did 1,128 presentations between the two of us. That wasn't counting our group. That was just between the two of us. We did 1,128 presentations. We've been staying with Tony Krashowitz and his wife, Mari. They've been a huge help to us. They watched our little girl almost the entire month of May while we ran. We did 15 to 20 meetings a day personally, just in the month of May. And look what happened, you guys, 197 rank advancements. We broke 5 Pro 5s, Pro 6. Our Pro 6 won Pro 6 by the 19th. She almost won Pro 7. We had 34 Pro 2s, 28 like Pro 3s, 14 Pro 4s. It was just crazy. It was so exciting. And obviously that slows off after a while because they worked their guts out. And now it's just going back now because there's so many new people. And out of 100 people when we did our Zoom call, like when we do Zoom calls like this, we usually have about 100 to 150 people on our tribe call on a Sunday night. And we just did a call one night. We said, who wants to rank advance? This is what we're going to do. This is our goals for our group and our team and all that. We drew it out on a board, you guys. We drew out leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. We went all the way across and we picked 8 of our strongest legs. Now, Summer is under our top business because I sponsored Summer before we were married. And so we drew those 8 legs out. And then we went down from top to bottom. All right, Cole, I think Cole, he's going to put 1 platinum in this month. And so we put a 1 by Cole. Then we got a new guy under Cole that was 6 or 7 deep, and he was going after. I said, man, I think we can get 2 platinums off of Joe. So we put 2 by Joe. And so we went through that entire organization and those 8 legs and put 1, 2, or even 3 on some people for a platinum. Now, that's 1,000 in volume. Anything else was just icing on the cake. But when we drew that out at the end of the month, you guys, like say Cole didn't get anybody, but the guy we said would do 2, he did 3. So we just crossed them off. If somebody offset the other one, we crossed it off. And we watched that every day. I could tell you when our top business went Pro 7, we did the exact same thing. And when that business was Pro 7 and you looked at that board, it was almost to a T. Everybody was crossed off. We went with Blue and Marcel. We said, you guys, this is what we got planned. And Blue looked at it and he goes, man, if anybody can do this, I know you guys can do. I've never seen anybody who'll put a plan to action together and accomplish it like you guys. He goes, it's going to be a lot of work, but I know you guys can do it. I said, just be there if we need your help as far as a phone call. Awesome. And Blue and Marcel were there for us. If we needed a call, they were there. When the end of that month went by, we went over. There was about 4 or 5 days left to go on our top business 8. Our bottom business went 7 fairly early. We didn't say anything to anybody. Like Marcel wanted to tell, even corporate wanted to kind of announce it early. And we said no. Like there was so many people that were still running. We didn't want, because we felt like if we announced it, they were going to let up. And we just didn't want them to let up because like we're one great big massive family. And we just didn't want to let up. And so we waited till midnight of the last second of the last hour of the last day in May. And then they started to announce it. And we had broke a Pro 5 at 11:47 that night. And then we broke a Pro 4 that actually went over. We didn't find out till about 1:10 in the morning. We stayed up till 1:10 with our account manager going back and refresh. And finally, we got a confirmation that one of our legs in Louisiana went Pro 4 in the last second. And so that's kind of what we did, you guys. I'm going to run in and let Summer jump on, and she can answer some questions for you guys. But it was just being consistent. I'm going to tell you guys, it was being consistent. You guys got amazing leaders. We tell our story, company story, and how you get paid. I don't approach people with just product. The products are amazing, but I could tell you, even in all my other companies and my franchises that I had outside of this company, if I had a McDonald's right here where I'm in, say, Lehigh, Utah right now, if I have one McDonald's here, you guys, there's only so many dollars going through here. There's only so many burgers going out the joint. There's only so much money that McDonald's is going to make unless they get an incredible summer, right? Unless a tourist is huge. There's only so much population base in a certain area when it's going out the door that's going to fund that. So if I wanted to make more, I would just go open up another McDonald's in Salt Lake, and then open another McDonald's in Pocatello, and then another McDonald's in Idaho. And that's what I looked at when I looked at this business. I went, I need distributors. Like, customers are amazing, but how we present this business, we get customers by default all the time. So, and our average auto ship for our people in our group is way over, almost triple what the average auto ship is in this company. And we don't even hardly talk product, but it's always out there. Like, we really promote good, and we get people to conventions. So when the doctor panel's up there talking, all of our group sees it. Like, and we might have somebody jump on a tribe call maybe once a month that is a doctor. Even though me and Summer came from a strong medical background, we let somebody else talk to our group, let them kind of say it, because maybe they get tired of hearing us sometimes. And it just works. I believe if this company is going to be $1 billion company, it would have been $1 billion company just with Portanum, guys. We need more people. Steve came up and saw us up at St. George, and he said the average distributor right now, it's three customers per average per distributor in this company. And he says, we want 1 million our customers. That means you need 330,033 distributors. If you're going on statistical averages, what this company's been for the last 10, 12 years, you need over 300,000 more distributors if the average distributor has 3 customers, right? To get 1 million customers, we need hundreds of thousands of more distributors. It'll never get to 1 billion unless we get close to 1 million distributors. And so that's how we share it. We get tons of customers by default because we share our story, company story, how you get paid. And then maybe on a tribe call once every other week, we'll have one person that'll just unmute and just give a testimonial. Just a testimonial on a product or something like that. And so I hope that helps you guys. We're very aggressive. Like, we're signing people up as soon as people get involved. We teach people how to build depth backwards, and I don't have time to get into that. Hopefully I can just do another call with you guys and teach you how we build that backwards. We never run out of a names list. We've been found to where we could add 10, 20,000 in volume pretty easy to our group really quickly within probably sometimes 48 to 72 hours outside of all of our other legs. And we could probably kind of teach you and help you how we do that. But we never run out of a names list. Me and Summer add so many names to our names list every day because of how we approach, how we share this, and what we do once we're signing them up. We're just setting up meetings instantly. Here, I'll show you guys really quick. You got to get good at promoting, guys. You got to get really good at promoting. I think we went over our limit just a little bit, but there's a lot of people in there. But you guys, it's exciting. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be able to talk. I know Vandy and Sam have been really good friends. I look up to all you guys. Me and Summer are so dang new in this that we have kind of watched, like Ty, we have watched what a lot of you guys do. Doc, I remember I saw Dr. DeLucia talking one time, and I was like, I got to get to know that guy. And you get so busy that me and Summer make it a point now just to reach out to people. Like we get in our van and we travel. Like we're going to probably hit 16, 17 states in about 2 weeks, just doing meeting after meeting after meeting. And not necessarily even in our groups. Like we might have 1 or 2 person in that area, but like say Kansas City, Mark Harris's group plugs into what we do and we pack the room. Russ and Tracy Blanche and Colorado Springs there in that Castle Rock, Bert and Russ and Tracy and Bob and Regina and Dave and Joe Madison all plugged into our last meeting that we did there. And it was packed house. We signed people up every meeting we do. And on the Monday night call, I know some of you guys have jumped on. Every Monday night when we do a presentation, we sign people up. As soon as the call is over, we have never not signed somebody up after that call. There's always been at least one distributor since we've been doing that Monday night call for the last year and a half, that at least we always get at least one person to sign up that same night. And we're aggressive. Like a lot of people will tell us that, but this is not a game to us, you guys. This gave us our freedom. Our little girl would not be here if it was not for this. I don't even think me and Summer would be together if it was not for this company. So we truly love what we do. We don't need the money. We just love helping people. Like we truly love helping people. The text messages and the phone calls and the emails that come through every day. And I know Vandy and Sam and Kai and Dr. Lush, you guys that have been in this thing long enough, you get those too. And that's what keeps our fire going. Is I needed something to give me my heart back because I had no heart when I got involved in this almost 5 years ago. My heart was gone. And I found by helping people, I got my heart back. I hope that makes sense because that's literally how I got my heart back, was just helping people. And so thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, Rob, what are the 5 steps you were referring to earlier?
Okay, yeah. What Marcel told us is, Rob, just get this in front of 15 people or more a month. Get this information in front of 15 people or more a month. I thought, well, we'll 10X it. Like we do way, way, way more than that because we just wanted freedom faster. Always stay in control of your business. We know everybody in our business. We have over 5,000 people. We know every one of them. We stay in control of our business. Always do what you say you're going to do. Hey, which I thought was just common sense, but I found out when I got involved in this, a lot of people don't do what they say they're going to do. Promote. That's the one thing that I think you guys, we got really, really good at, was promoting, because we were so busy. We were working almost 200 hours a week between us when we got involved in this. So we thought, if we can get as many people as we can on the calls, as many people as we can in the functions, as many people as we can at the trainings, let the system help us build our business. So it was like do or die for us, you guys, promoting that. And then promoting it. So we never missed an event. Never. Not one time have we ever missed an event. And we promoted like it was do or die. So those 5 steps, you guys, and that's literally it. That was it. We just were consistent every day. I always tell our group, if you miss 1 or 2 days, you got to start over. I said, do it for 2 to 5 years and just see where you be. Sometimes I tell them, just do it for 90 days. Literally, just do it for 90 days. And see where you end up. Because most people have a hard time being consistent for even 1 or 2 days. But by doing it like that, it's been so huge. And our groups just started to copy that, you guys. It was just like one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. What other questions do you have?
I have a question. I just want to know, what is Summer's Zoom number when you guys have your Monday meetings? And what time do you have it so we can check, you guys out on Mondays?
Sure. It's 942-962-1689.
Is there a passcode?
Freedom with a capital F, if you need it. We haven't needed it.
And what time is it on Mondays?
7 Mountain Standard Time.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a question, Rob. It's Eileen. We met Saturday in Salt Lake City.
Sure.
Is your presentation always the same presentation?
It pretty much is. I mean, it's just so we can copy it over. I might say something different. Someone might touch, like, say, Eileen, you have somebody going to be on the call that's maybe a truck driver or a doctor or something like that. And I know that person's going to be on the call. I'm presenting to the new person, right? There might be 100 regular distributors on there, but there might be 30 new people. I'm presenting to the new people. And so you would just tell me, hey, Rob, I've got a doctor going to be on. He's an orthopedic surgeon, blah, blah, blah. So I do my presentation, but for about 1 minute. And if I know that he's on, and I know that you're on, I might just say, hey, Eileen, how you doing, dear? It's good to see you. What I did is I just gave you instant credibility because they're going to know how successful we are during our presentation. So I just gave you instant credibility. And then I say something about a doctor or a doc or something on there. I'll say something that he can relate to.
Mhm.
And it might only be 1 minute. And that's why we always sign a lot of people up, because I'm going to relate to that person that's on there. The other people that are on there, that's great, but I'm looking for the new people, right? The new blood is what builds this dang thing.
Right. But you said you do 100 presentations. So
Yep.
basically you're never doing a PowerPoint. You just
Oh,
talk.
no. We speak from our heart. We do our heart. Yeah, I've seen PowerPoints, and there's a lot of people that do great PowerPoints, but it's an emotional roller coaster. They do one slide, you go, oh, that's awesome. And then they do 3 or 4, and then they start to come down. When I end a meeting, I want to end the meeting at a very high point, right?
Mhm.
You want to end it where that emotion is at the highest, because I want to touch people emotionally, right? Humor, you get to their heart, or sometimes I might say something that might even upset them a little bit. But before I say something that I'm maybe trying to get an emotional reaction from somebody, I might say, you know what? I truly do love you all. If I say something that upsets you, maybe it's because you needed to hear it.
Okay.
And so, and I do that because I want, like, I've got a banker in our business that was a president of 5 banks. He sat in the front row of one of our hotel conference meetings 2 years ago. And at the end of it, I got no reaction from him. And at the end of it, I said, if you're in banking or a financial planner, you suck at what you do. And he looked at me, and we ended the meeting. He got up and he walked right up to me and he goes, Rob, I'm in. I go, and what's your name, sir? And he goes, well, my name's Mike. I go, you're Mike Richter? And he goes, yeah, I knew who he was. I knew he was there. I go, man, you're the president of like how many banks? He goes, well, right now they don't even allow that anymore. It's like president of like 5 banks. I go, Mike, why are you in? He goes, you're right, Rob. I don't know how to make money. He goes, you think if I'd be in banking, if I knew how to make money? I go, no, you'd be actually making money. And he goes, that's why I went in. I can't retire. I am 66 years old and I can't retire.
But people that they're in the financial industry say they
Yep.
can't have distributorship. It's like illegal. So what do? Put it under someone else's name?
Yeah, I put under their wife or spouse or 18-year-old kid or something. There's ways around that. There's LLCs. There's lots of different ways you can get around that. I've got LLCs that I've set up in New Mexico because that's one state that you can't even see who a managing member on an LLC is New Mexico. And so I've got an address that I run LLCs through in New Mexico. Where there's a will, there's a way. I've got financial planners in my business.
Okay,
A lot of times it's just their spouse.
good to know.
Is there any other questions, guys?
Where is Summer's video? The one that you said where she shows you how to get started.
If
training?
somebody just wants to I think Lynn might have. We had a hard time downloading it to go, but now we've got it figured out. And if you send me an email, we'll email you that video. I honestly, guys, I think it's one of the best training videos I have ever seen in network marketing, period. It was so simple. It was so concise. And it was like, and that's really when the group did that. And when Summer and Candy did that video and we preached it to our group, like every day. And everybody started copying that. That's when that train really started to go fast, you guys. Like, and we have our Facebook page. It's just a private Facebook page. But when somebody joins the group, we welcome them, right? We welcome them to the group. And so there's days where there's 2, 3, 5, 6, 10 people joining a day, and we welcome them. We post it, and you'll be surprised that when maybe if there's like in months past where there would be a day or two where somebody didn't join our whole group. If we would just go out, me and Summer would go out and say, you know what, we got to put some personals in to get this thing going. We'd go out and do some personals. All of a sudden we'd post it, and all of a sudden, boom, people would start doing personals, and you'd start seeing people sign up, and they just kept posting it and kept posting it. And it just created that excitement too. And so it's always trying to keep it fun, keep it exciting. I know Carrie Dickey is an incredibly good friend of ours, you guys. And she had recommended a book for me in Summer when she came and stayed with us last summer with her and her mom up in Montana. And she said, you guys get this book. You guys gather. You guys are amazing, blah, blah, blah. Always keep it fun. And so I think it was the greatest networker in the world or something like that. And that's the book she recommended. And that's what it was, is keep it fun. If people are having fun, even if they're not having any success for a while, they'll stick around. But if they're not having any fun at all and they're not making any money, they're not having any success, they'll quit. So we got to keep it fun. We do contests. We're doing a a 3-month contest now where we had a huge whiteboard and we had people draw numbers and we partnered them up. Now they're cross lines, but they're not working together, but we're combining their points with the contests that we do. And it keeps it exciting, right? They're kind of like accountability partners. And we're giving out prizes every Sunday on a tribe call. Even if it's something simple, it just creates that competitive spirit and people love it. And it's been huge for our group, you guys. It's been really good to have those contests and to see people winning. Like we just did one, we started it today. We have a young man that lives in Minnesota and he's been on every call. He's got one of the biggest hearts of anybody I've truly ever met. And he's been having so much fun, but he's not been having much success. He deals with a lot of stuff mentally. Well, we partnered him up and it was just random draw. And he partnered up with a guy that really started to fire him up. He said, it's on like Donkey Kong. Me and Mike are going to win this. And Brad and Mike started running together. And after the first day so far, Mike and Brad are winning. They're winning. And neither one of them is like a pro 4. And the other one, Mike is he's new. He got in at platinum, so he's a pro 1. But they are so freaking fired up. I think Mike has got 2 more customers tonight since I posted it. So just that little bit of confidence that young man has gotten has just exploded it. Like, see, here's the meetings just got out, you guys, out here. So obviously I'm just going to finish this off. So Summer finished it. It was so hot in that room. It was about 100 degrees. They didn't have air conditioning on in there. And so she was on a roll. So I just backed out. But if there's another time, you guys, if you would like us to jump on and I could show you how we really do build that. We made a Pro 4 in less than 24 hours by building that backwards. And we could explain to you how we do that at another time. We got to get everybody seated here at the game. What other questions you guys have before they wave me over there?
We need your
Email address.
Okay, mine is just vanish. Or no, send it to this one. Rob ASAT, ASAT. That's A is an apple, S is in Sam, A is an apple, T is in Tom. Rob ASAT Camo, CAMO.com. So it's just Rob ASAT Camo.com. At gmail.com.
Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate it. I know we're all excited to hear from you.
You bet, guys.
Love to hear more. So we'll get you back.
Yeah. Just let us know because you guys need to hear my wife. Summer is incredible. She's the one that kind of holds all this together. I'm the numbers guy, and we just go out and we put this dang thing together. She's one of the most kindest, biggest hearted people I've ever met. She hugs everybody, like from the first second she meets you. And she hugged me the first time I met her. I was standing from the bathroom and she had to pee. And she came up and gave me a hug, said, hi, I'm Summer, but I got to pee, and shoved me out of the way. And that's where I met. I fell in love right then. So thanks, you guys. I'll make sure that she gets on the next one. These just kind of overlapped, and I apologize for that because you guys do really need to hear from her. And then just if you want us to come on again sometime, we'd like to even have some of you guys, some of you elites even talk on our tribe call one night. I know Carrie jumps on about maybe once a month, every month and a half. We have Carrie jump on and just yell at our group a little bit. Marcel does. It's just kind of fun, different personalities, but both running in the same direction. So it's kind of fun to do that too. And then they're not listening to us all the time.
No, I guess we can wrap it up then. Thank you, everybody, for getting on. Very inspiring. I know I want to hear Summer's training, and hopefully we can get her on again soon one day. So thank you all.